Chris, wait, don't start. I forgot to put the plant up. Hold on. Okay. That's enough. All right. Okay, ready, set, go. Hello, I'm Chris Baylett, and welcome to Living Best, the show that tells you how to live. Our guest tonight is Jim Luther. Jim is the best-selling and beloved author of such books as Let Your Light Shine and Blind Everyone Else, True Communication with Optional Words, Make People Believe You Are Sexy, and 10 other works of inspirational self-help. Jim's latest book is called Never Tell the Truth, Why Deceit is the Key to Life Success. And he's here tonight to talk about it. Hello, Chris. I am so happy to be here to talk about my book. So, Jim, well, you've been out on the workshop circuit for so many years now, and you've helped so many people move their lives forward in amazing ways. Why did you decide to write this book? Well, Chris, here's the thing. Deceit has been on the rise lately. From sex to elections, it just seems like no one is telling the truth anymore, and no one seems to care. And I say, finally, we've come to a point in our history where we can tell the truth about lying. I mean, it truly is the American way. In this book, I explore all the forms of deceit, from straight up falsification to gently shading the truth. And with a simple set of slogans, easy to remember slogans, I show you how to be successful at each one. The first of the slogans, oh, we should have a drum roll here. Keep the truth out of sight, and you'll be all right. Well, that's a rather unusual approach, Jim. I mean, most self-help authors, I think, would say the opposite, that you should find your inner truth and be authentic to the world, as authentic as possible. Yes, that's what they'd say, but they're lying to you. I mean, what is the most common interaction that any of us have every day? Someone asks us, "How are you?" Well, if you ask me that question right now, would I really tell you the truth about my life? Would I tell you about the great sex I had last night, or the itchy athlete's foot that's making me crazy? No, I mean, not unless I was completely socially inept. Because, and we all understand this intuitively, when people ask, "How are you?" they don't actually want to know. Well, yes, sure. But are you advocating extending that kind of superficiality to other areas of life? Yes, I am. Yes. You see, there's just too much conflict in the world. I think we can all agree on that. Conflict, well, it makes for great literature. War and Peace, right? But it makes for a lousy life. No, and one of the things that causes conflict is me telling you something and you not liking what I have to say. So I say, why not just lighten up on the truth telling and focus on the things that are going to cause the fewest problems? Now, it may seem like I am advocating conflict avoidance, and I am. But it's worse than that. What is, after all, the worst thing that can happen to you in life? Is it getting cancer or losing your job? No, as horrible as those things are. it's being rejected. We know from kindergarten on that if you really want to hurt someone, ostracize them, avoid them, tell them you don't want them around. Now, as we know from my previous book, Make Others Believe. No, it's make them all think. No, I have so many books, it's hard to tell. Make them see the self you want them to see. That's the one. Make them. The only thing that is important is what other people believe. So I say, do whatever it takes. Hide everything about yourself if you have to, because you want to be accepted. That's what you need to do. That's how to live a happier life. Well, Jim, you seem to be suggesting that, well, if people see what's really true inside of us, see the real us, they're not going to like it. It's going to be bad. Why would you say that? Oh, well, that's easy. Our culture is based on the idea that deep down inside each one of us is something terrible and awful and horrible and evil, and it's inevitable. All of us. There's nothing we can do about it. You, me, Barack Obama, Mother Teresa, J-Lo, all of us. Original sin has us by the throat, and there's nothing we can do. And it's worse than that. Have you ever heard the phrase, the truth will out? It's from Shakespeare or the Bible. I can't remember which. Anyway, what it means is that one day, inevitably, all of that evil in us is going to be seen. It's like we're in a big detective story or something like that. Just like the bad guys, eventually, we're going to get caught. If not here and now, then there and then. So what are we going to do about this? Well, the culture, our culture, offers us two possibilities. First, we can try to improve ourselves. Eat better, do more yoga, make more money, be more productive. Everything that the self-help books, not mine, of course, but these books, tell us that we should do. It's basically the Protestant work ethic. And the self-help industry loves this, keeps them in business. The problem is, it's never going to succeed. I mean, you cannot improve yourself enough to compensate for all of your faults. So then what do? The second thing, you must confess. Confess it all. And not just pride, grief, Emily, pride, grief. What are the 7 deadlies? Pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. There they are. And not just the 7 deadly sins, but every way in which you fail to measure up to some imagined standard of perfection. I mean, it's like we're living in some giant Salem witch trial. and you don't like the situation of living in a witch trial? No, I don't. I object. I object to witch trials. No, if I had to confess every time I was attracted to a friend or jealous of their success, I'd have to live physically in a church. No, look, there is nothing wrong. There's no shame in having forbidden feelings. There's nothing wrong or shameful in being flawed. It's totally normal. But the solution is not to trumpet it from the rooftops and risk rejection. No. So what do? Do you lie? No. The problem with lying is that unless you are very, very good at it, you're going to get caught. You know those always sunshiny people who, well, they just never seem to get mad at anything no matter what? Well, everybody knows that one day they're going to explode. I mean, they're not fooling anyone. No. And, well, you know this. If you've ever tried any serious lying, it's very hard to keep track of the details. No. That's why I say, keep the truth out of sight, and you'll be all right. Obfuscate, dissimulate, Equivocate. If someone says, where are you going tonight? You know you're going to a party. But you say, oh, I have a thing. Or you're going to a therapy session. Somebody wants to know where you're going. You say, oh, I have an appointment. Or if a sex toy gets delivered to your door in a brown box, you just say, oh, no, just something I ordered. Well, isn't that just going to make people wonder what's going on? Well, yes, of course. But that just makes you deep and mysterious even. It means that people can look at you and see whoever it is they want to see. It's like you can be all things to all people, and they won't even know how wrong they are about who you really are. So that's fascinating, but would you say that's true even about the people who are close to you? Oh, yes, absolutely. Even more so. Let's just say, hypothetically, that you have done something you probably shouldn't have done. You know, something your spouse or your partner would really not want you to do, but you did it, right? So, what do you do? Well, that's easy. I mean, you tell them. You can't let secrets fester in a relationship. Oh, yes, that's right. That's what the self-help books want you to think. They say, oh, yes, you should be open, you should be authentic, you should show yourself to the world and be vulnerable. No, don't do that. It's just going to make people upset. It is, in fact, more compassionate just to keep it to yourself. Now, you're going to want to hear about my next slogan. Misdirection is the key to protection. Or the best protection, either way. Now, if, I should say, when a politician gets accused of lying or having an affair or something like that, what do? They find someone to blame for something. Or they start a war. I say, we should be more like them. Now, we can't necessarily start a war, but you can start a home renovation project. Or you can find a common enemy, someone to blame, like, I don't know, like a boss or a neighbor or a friend who forgot your last birthday. Misdirection. You just shift the focus to something else. Now, Jim, surely you're not advocating always avoiding every hard conversation, are you? Even with those people who are closest to you? Yes, I am. Because otherwise, you're going to get caught. You know, you're going to get found out. I mean, let's just say, hypothetically, that, well, you know, that thing that you did that you shouldn't have done? Let's just say that it happened on a trip, on an airplane, for example. You mean like that trip you went on last week? Yes, like that. So here's the deal. You're in an impossible situation. You just went on the trip. So you can't not talk about it because that's just going to seem weird and it's going to invite questions. But if you do start talking about it, well, then you risk accidentally stumbling into saying something that you shouldn't say. You know, it's like that thing where they say, don't think about an elephant, then all you can think about is the elephant. No, you have to keep the whole thing out of your consciousness entirely if you want to be safe. Keep the truth away, and then you can play. Actually, that's a good new slogan. I should remember that one. And it reminds me of my next one. Oh, you're going to love this. This is great. Don't talk about sex or your life will be vexed. Oh, I'm sure I can't wait. Well, yes, and this one, in fact, well, it's the easiest of all of them because nobody tells the truth about sex anyway. I mean, they'll tell you that they're having lots of sex when they're really not having any, or they'll tell you that they aren't doing the things that they actually are doing. You know, the toys, outfits, special guests, late night sessions with the computer, that kind of stuff. Now, why do people lie about sex? Well, it's obvious. They're ashamed. They're ashamed of what they like. They're ashamed of what they've done. Or they're ashamed because they haven't done the things that they think they should have done. It's very sad, really. Now, you could be countercultural and talk honestly about sex anyway and make society a less shaming place. But can you imagine the consequences of that? The backlash, the hassle, the condemnation. People thinking that you're a pervert or a Puritan when really you're neither. Actually, you never notice that pervert and Puritan sound kind of the same? I wonder if they're from the same Greek root. No, anyway, should not do it. Don't talk about it. Oh, so I suppose this goes right along with not talking about what happened on the plane last week. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Let's just say, hypothetically, that what happened on the plane was a sexual thing. I mean, not sex, but sexual enough to cause trouble. Why would you tell your partner about it? It's just going to make them unhappy. Well, what if your partner gets suspicious? What if they come right out and ask you, did you do something on that plane last week that you're not telling me? Wait, are you actually asking me about my actual trip? Well, hello? You see anybody else here? No. When we're not talking about that, we're talking about the book. Ask me about my next slogan. You're gonna love this one. This is a good one. It's got a kind of a feel to it. Don't be spontaneous, or you'll be extraneous. I like that one, right? How about this one? Even better. Hide what is real. It's not a big deal. Well, don't go changing the subject. I am not changing the subject. The book is the subject. That's what we're here to talk about. Well, you keep turning it into something else by not telling me what happened on the plane trip. Oh, come on. I don't have to tell you what happened on the plane trip. It was nothing. It was nothing? Well, now you're really going to have to tell me about it. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what happens when you let yourself get dragged into a conversation you shouldn't be having. Don't talk about sex, or your life will be vexed. Yes, and here we go again with you just changing the subject and trying to distract from what's going on. Well, yes, I mean, that's exactly what I should be doing. That's what the book says. Well, the book is stupid. The book is not stupid. This book is supposed to be our ticket out of this basement and into some fame, as you very well know. And plus, you're the one who keeps bringing up the plane trip. Oh, God. Now I brought it up. Stupid. I can't even take my own advice. Look, Chris, sit. You know this is just for show, right? I mean, it's just to sell the book. We're not like this in our real lives. I tell you what's important. You do, huh? Fine. Prove it. What happened on the plane trip? It was nothing. I mean, really, I was on the plane. and I had this great conversation with the person next to me. And it was an overnight flight. So I got tired, so I closed my eyes, and well, I must have fallen asleep on the person's shoulder. And I woke up and I said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that." And they said, "No, it's fine. Feel free." So I don't know. I just kind of snuggled myself up a little bit and leaned my head over, and they put their arm around me, and it was very cozy and nice. I mean, no clothes came off or anything. I mean, we were on a plane, That's it. That's all. Okay. There was a kiss. Just one kiss right at the end. Oh, I know. I'm such a horrible person. Oh my God. Oh, because I really liked it. It was really nice. I mean, it was exciting. I've never done anything like that before. I didn't even know their name. I felt kind of daring, Anyway, and I went back to sleep. And then I woke up when the plane landed. And that's it. And I knew I should have told you, but I felt so guilty. And then, well, I actually didn't want to tell you because I just figured you'd get all mad. So then I tried not to say anything about it. And then that felt weird. So I just didn't know what to say. So let me get this straight. You cuddled and kissed on an airplane with someone you're never going to see again and someone whose name you don't even know? Yes. Oh, I know. I'm such an idiot. You really are. Because if you were just a little smarter, you would know that I care a lot less about some random person in an airplane than I do about the fact that you didn't trust me enough to tell me about it. Wait, you mean you don't care about the cuddling? Oh, of course I do, I guess. But if you just told me about it, I would have been mad for like 2 minutes. And then everything would have been fine. But instead, you've been walking around like a zombie for a week, making me think there was something wrong with me. And now, as usual, you have destroyed the entire book release. What, this? No, it's not a problem. We'll just edit this part out. You think so, huh? We're live. We are live? Oh, God. Okay. All right. Now, it may seem to you like what just happened here undermines everything I said in the book. Fair enough. But you should still buy it. And here's why. Lying, well, it is the way that things happen in society. It's what you're going to get from partners and bosses and politicians. This book gives you information. It gives you perspective so that you're not taken in by the lies. Actually, I can see it now. I can see it. This book will change your life because it shows you what kind of lies are going to come at you and what you can do about them. I'm not even sure I realized this myself until now. This book is revolutionary. Revolutionary. No one has ever been so honest about deceit before. The book is available at www.deceitandsuccess.com and wherever the best self-published, unedited ebooks are sold. Trust me on this. I would never lie to you. This book will change your life. Go out and buy it now. And there you have it. The book is Never Tell the Truth. Why deceit is the key to life success. The author's Jim Luther. Yes, it is. I'm Chris Bailett. Thank you so much for joining us. And now you think I'm going to hug you? Oh, all right. I mean, how's this going to work anyway? It doesn't make any sense. You know this isn't over, right? We're going to talk about this when we get upstairs. Come on, let's go. www.deceitandsuccess.com. Buy it now. All right, I'm coming.